the new world champion. The buzz around the stadium after the exciting final in the women's 3,000 metre pursuit is subsiding as on to the track come the sprinters yet again, who really have been entertaining the crowd tonight with some fantastic sprinting. And we're moving on now to the ride here. Magne up on the left-hand side of the track. The reigning world kilometre champion riding off against Neiwand, beaten in the ride for the gold and silver, now battling for the bronze medal. These must be two very disappointed sprinters, Russell. I mean, they can't all win the gold or the silver, can they?
No, they can't all win the gold, but I think Frederic Magne from France, who's on the top of the track with the yellow bike, is going to be really happy, because obviously earlier in the week he won the world championships in a different discipline, the keirin. But well, I don't know what's happening here. They're rolling around. No sign of rain. I can't feel any rain. This is really hard on the riders here, because they've got to compose themselves again, just trying to keep the legs nice and loose. Oh, I see what's happened. Actually, someone's leant over the side of the track in the excitement and spilt some drink. And obviously, no, I mean, we can laugh at it. The thing is, it makes it so dodgy, because all that happens is, you know, some of the small tyres that these boys are using go on the banking and they slip straight down. But this is what happens with the excited crowd. It happens everywhere.
Well, we did have people throwing things the other night as well. We had the rain coming down. Thank goodness it's actually stayed up and out of the sky tonight, and so they can get the racing underway. And for those who have soldiered on, as we're getting very close to the end of our programme here, we may go off air quite sharply at the finish of it all. May I say thank you to all those who've not only stayed with us during the afternoon and evening session, but right way through into the early mornings. If you just tune into Eurosport on Saturday to watch the track racing, having decided to zap the channels and see what's on, and you picked up the bike racing, I hope you've enjoyed the activity from Colombia tonight. It's afternoon as far as the operation in South America is concerned. In fact, it's just coming to late on towards just after 5 o'clock as we get on towards the back end of the programme. For those of you who've been sitting up through the night watching everything that's going on, thank you for being with us through the late series. And if those of you who set your video recorders and found the thing had switched off and still racing was going on, our apologies, but with track racing, particularly outdoors, you can't control the weather, but we have had some brilliant racing, and I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen on your screens. The run off here then in the men's sprint championship, having got Harnett through into the gold medal position against Darryn Hill. The ride off for the bronze between Frederic Magne and Neiwand on the track at the moment. Maybe disappointing for the two riders, but nevertheless, as far as they're concerned, they're looking forward to riding in the special invitation races throughout the winter at the 6-day events. And if you've got a medal on your name, then certainly it's to an advantage, isn't it, mate?
Definitely, it definitely helps with the contract money. You said about disappointment. As I said before, I think Frederic Magne is still on a high from doing, being the keirin champion a few days ago. But Neiwand from Australia is going to be really disappointed, because he's been basing all year, his time spent in Europe and in Japan, and obviously in Australia, to win this world title. And going for a bronze medal is obviously not the same as the world championship jersey, but he's got it all to do now, because he's actually one down, isn't he, in this one? So he's got it all to do, I think.
Yep, Magne took the first one. Harnett and Hill going first to Harnett, in between the excitement of the the Shoot Championship. We've had the first rounds, and now we're getting back to round 2. Just checking my facts and figures there, and also looking back over the records, because Neiwand didn't ride last year in the World Championships, and now disappointed, I think, riding off for the bronze medal as an ex-champion of the world in 1993 at Hammer, where he beat Hubner. Magne took a bronze medal in 1992 at Barcelona.
So it's Neiwand.
That might say it's the bronze. It was silver medal that Magne took, so he's quite used to sprinting medal. Oh, they're zigzagging all over the place. I think somehow that a bit of psychological warfare is going to go on here. And I know that the Australians don't like the French because of Mr. Chirac's explosions out in the Pacific at the moment. So, Mr. Chirac, watch this one and keep your fingers crossed that there isn't going to be a problem between the relations of Australia and France then. As Magne got the first one, he's got the second one, and that takes him into the bronze medal position. I'll wait for confirmation on that one, and I think he looks good at the moment. We've had enough troubles between the French and the Australians with the problems out in the Pacific with them banning French goods and so on. Apparently Neiwand's been beaten by a Frenchman in the bronze medal position here, then I think that's going to make things a bit worse. Now, I shouldn't talk politics because probably that bomb's going, but certainly Magne here looks like he really pushed Neiwand right at the top of the banking. They were fighting this one out very close to advertising hoardings indeed before they came down. Quite a late drop down into finishing straight, and there Magne rocketing forward to the line. He was riding on the blue bit to Russell. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think the officials won't have much to say about that. He just rolled onto it slowly.
Bronze medal in for France in the shape of Magne here, who's acknowledging the crowd's applause. The tricolour is flying here, and they've been so successful, the French, throughout the competition. I suppose I said earlier on, when they count the medals, I don't like countries counting medals because it's not a medal haul that counts, because you get one nation entering, only 10 men comes back with 3 medals. As a percentage, that's a very great volume, whereas one nation may enter 30 rather than come back with 5 medals and say we're the fastest and the best. It doesn't matter how many medals you win. It's a spirit of competition that matters. And the French rider Magne has now collected yet another medal in the sprinting to add to those he's got already. He's the bronze medalist. We're now waiting for the result with bated breath of round 2 in the ride-off for the gold and silver. Harnett here from Canada on the right-hand side of your screen against Darryn Hill of Australia on the left-hand side.
So both riders just getting themselves together here. Curt Harnett down on the inside, really focusing himself. And if he wins this, he can put a lot down to his coach, who's right next to him there, Roger Young from the US. Up on the top there, Darryn Hill is just looking at him. Look, even at the start, he's got his eyes focused right on him. So Curt must be on a sky-high morale. He's done the fastest time, 9.8. He's gone through every round with no problems. He's gone from the back, he's gone from the front. So Darryn Hill's got it all to do. How's Darryn going to do it this time? He tried leading out, he tried and tried the last 20 metres. Curt Harnett just came powering past. If Curt gets this, it's a world title for him. Just look at the power in those boys' legs. They've both gone for the disc rear wheels. As you can see, Curt's got more of a conventional bike compared with Darryn Hill, the rider at the rear on the white bike. And actually, it reminds me of a little story. I know you love little stories, but
go on.
I got my first Timex
Clean,
watch.
I hope. Go on,
got my first Timex watch off Curt Harnett, because he used to be sponsored by Timex watches, and he had quite a few of them, and he actually gave me one. So my first
Mickey Mouse job.
No, it was quite a little technical one. So that's Curt Harnett on the front from Canada.
So you're biased on who's going to win?
Not at all. I just want the best rider to win.
Good
if he comes from Canada, what can I say? If I was going for good looks, you'd obviously go for Curt Harnett as well, wouldn't you?
Well, I might be biased too, because when I had an Umpty Tom's birthday, some Canadians were actually covering through Ulster at the time, and we ended up in the pub and we had a good night out, and they gave me a Canadian national jersey for my birthday present, and I still ride it occasionally, so I should be biased. But no, as far as I'm concerned, having spent time out in Australia as well, they're great lads. They've and the whole school that Charlie Walsh has got together, and over the years we've seen people like Patterson, people like Nicholson riding together with the top sprinter old Gordy Johnson as well over the years, front bench. They've had a vast pool of talent, so the Australians behind. Both of the old Commonwealth countries here. We've got Curt Harnett on the front, and behind him Darryn Hill from Australia.
So Harnett leads, he's coming in now. Darryn Hill's got it all to do. If Harnett wins this, he's world champion, and Darryn Hill knows it. Harnett looks so cool. We've only got 333 minutes to go, and they're moving all over the place. Darryn Hill's on the inside, come down on him. Oh, I don't know about this. There could be some complaining, but look at Curt Harnett. He's still looking cool and collected. He's not worried about it, but I think Darryn Hill's got the lead now. He's got a nice gap. Can Harnett come back? He's got a lot to do. There's not far to go. No, it looks like Darryn Hill. Darryn Hill's got that, but I don't know if there'd be an objection about the way Darryn Hill actually went straight off the track on the inside. And knowing Roger Young, the coach of Curt Harnett, there could be a complaint put in, but I don't know. Let's wait and see.
That's either 1-1 or young Hill here might find himself disqualified, and the gold medal going to Harnett. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. I hope you'll hang on with us on Eurosport at home on the Saturday night, because here Hill is acknowledging the sprinting, but let's wait for the official result. Currently, they've given Hill the award of the first place, levelling the series. It depends very much on the objections that will now be lodged in the centre of the arena. But Hill taking that one after a very erratic performance to level the scores. Provided there's no objection from the Canadian camp on the tactics of Darryn Hill in the second round there, we have to go to a third round in the men's. Tremendous series of racing, and the atmosphere has been absolutely electric.
The racing's been absolutely fantastic, and it just shows that you can actually, you know, the World Championship doesn't have to be held in Europe every year, you know. This is the whole idea of bringing it to Colombia, you know, so we can spread it out around the world so other people can get to enjoy it. And it's great. We had some great racing, and here we're going to finish off on a superb sprint.
Well, that's the way it's going to go then. So we've all been absolutely on the edge of our seats throughout the series, and now we're going here with Curt Harnett on his bike, getting ready. What a climax to the World Championships that have been full of record-breaking, full of excitement, and now to really finish the thing off, to have this final ride-off between Harnett and Hill for the gold and silver medal is just tremendous. I said to you earlier on, if you're listening to our program live on the Saturday evening, I've really enjoyed every moment of it. I didn't think we'd have to go down to a third sprint like this, and certainly I didn't expect to see these two chaps on the track. If I'd been out there drawing up a list of the finals, I'd have got it terribly wrong. And I know that I think, as far as you're concerned, Russell, that this fellow here showing his speed in the qualifying round, and Darryn Hill are rightfully battling off for the top honours for the gold and the silver. But did we expect it to go down to the third and final match of the proceeding? I certainly didn't, but it's really good stuff.
Yeah, this is it. It's do or die. Whoever wins this race is the world champion. It's easy to say, but the amount of things that are going through these boys' heads, they've got to think, are they going to go from behind? Are they going to come from the front? Being on the line here, the slight advantage has got to be with Curt Harnett from Canada, because obviously he gets to start from behind. But we'll see what happens after 3 laps of this 333-metre track, 45-degree banking. So a little slap there from the Australian coach, just to not really wake him up, but just to gee up Darryn Hill, because he knows if he gets this, he's world champion. But Darryn Hill leads off, just riding around on the inside of the track on the blue. Curt Harnett from Thunder Bay, Canada.
This then, the final event on the programme. 5 days of exciting track activity from Bogota in Colombia.
So good look there of Curt Harnett.
It's going to finish off with the men's sprint final going down to the third round. Darryn Hill leads, Curt Harnett in second spot. The first man across the line will be the world champion.
So they're picking the speed up very, very gently. They're both, after the last, they both won one each. They've probably sat down and realised they've gone for it bit by bit. How am I going to win this? How am I going to win this? I've done the training, I've been in the gym, I've done the stretching, I've done the training on the track, I've looked at the videos. Now this is it. If I can win this one, I'm the world champion. It looks so easy at the moment. They're just rolling around. Anybody could do this. Just roll around the inside the track at this speed. But a few minutes from now, they're going to be doing 45 miles an hour. So next time you're in your car and you're doing 45 miles an hour, you just think that some guy on a bike's doing that to win the world title. It's Darryn Hill on the front from Australia. Looking over his right shoulder the whole time. Curt Harnett starting to move up. They're starting to twitch already. Darryn Hill from Australia on the front. He's won one race. Curt Harnett from Canada, Thunder Bay, he's won one. This is the decider. Just over a lap to go. Darryn Hill leads. Darryn Hill starting to pick it up. They're going to come to the bell. This is it. What are they going to do? It's Darryn Hill from Australia on the front. Curt Harnett's coming at him. Is he coming fast enough? There's a little gap now. Now he's going to make the move. Harnett's making a move. Hill's looking. Oh, he's gone up high. I think this might put Harnett off. He's got to go now. He's got to come down. If he's going to win it, Harnett, you've got to go now. Darryn Hill's leading. We're coming to the finishing straight. There's not much left of it. It's going to go to Australia all the way. Yes, an Aussie win. Darryn Hill, the young man, beats Curt Harnett from Thunder Bay. He's going to be disappointed.
We should all say, those of us are Curt Harnett supporters, because Russell was also one of those, so I let him go right the way through to the finish, because it looked good to me the way that this man Hill rode that one. He'd been really full of track craft right the way through, and he showed now the new young kid on the block. But my great feeling goes out as he hurls his crash out into the audience to Curt Harnett, the 30-year-old who so desperately wanted that gold medal. But suddenly Hill just showed him enormous track craft, enormous speed. Just watch this one now go. As Harnett was looking, should he go upside, inside, and very clever riding here by Hill. He took the Canadian up. I'm not quite sure whether Harnett may object to that one, but I think somehow if he kicked back, Harnett might have been able to drop down inside and take it, but he consistently went up and up and up as he tried to go past him. So it could be a fair fight. Certainly everybody in the audience is saying well done to Darryn Hill. You've got it in 2-1, but Harnett must be bitterly disappointed with that one. Hill was very quickly indeed, but a lot of good track craft went in to taking that third decider and the gold medal, subject to official confirmation. The Australians have come to the World Championships with a tremendous depth of talent and training from Charlie Walsh and the backing of the Australian Federation. They've been repaid by the performances, in particularly the team time trial section in the team pursuit. But here we see how their sprinters are prepared to have a go, and how Curt Harnett, the fastest man on the track, had to back off just then, and that, for my money,
winner in 10 points, 5-5, and world champion Darryn Hill.
Yes, confirmed then, and I like the way actually that there was no objection from Curt Harnett there. The way he got flicked up there looked to me like it could be very close indeed, but nevertheless Hill is the world champion. A very gentlemanly gesture from Curt Harnett to congratulate Hill, who really took him for a ride at the back banking. But looking at next week now on Eurosport, bringing you on Wednesday the women's individual time trial at 2:30 in the afternoon, followed by the men's individual time trial. And not only will we have people like Yvonne McGregor riding in the women's road race, those of you back in Great Britain, but I'm looking forward to seeing in the men's race Graham Aubrey, and to see if he's going to come out with something very unusual indeed, and also to see what Indrain, etc. will be doing. So we're going to have a few days off now and recover. As Charlie Walsh here, the Australian coach on the left-hand side, and now in the middle of your picture is Darryn Hill. There, Charlie on the left, a cracking man. He's really worked hard for his team, yet again with a World Championship gold medal to his team's credit. Congratulations then to Australia. My thanks then going out to Russell Williams and to Chris Boardman for their help during the series. I hope you've enjoyed Eurosport's coverage of the World Track Championship. We're going to Formula One, the pole position, after this programme. So myself, David Duffield, it's time then to say thank you for joining us for the past 5 days. Do come back on Wednesday. But for now, goodbye to you all. Sleep well.